Team India's home series against England isn't that far away, and so is the 8-team Champions Trophy that's going to begin on February 19th. Now, India do have a couple of injury concerns. So let's take a look at some of the player updates and how they are really shaping up. Now, as far as Mohammed Shami is concerned, well, there is an impressive news because he's expected to make his comeback for the 3-match ODI series against England in February and the all-important Champions Trophy. Now, Mohammed Shami hasn't really played any international cricket ever since the 2023 ODI World Cup in India. He suffered a heel injury, then he underwent a surgery, then his heel got healed, but then he suffered a swelling in his knee and then he had to be ruled out of consideration for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Rohit Sharma made it clear that they are not going to take any risk with Mohammed Shami, and now he's shaping up really well. He has bowled those important overs in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy and also in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, has gone through the rigors of it, and that's where it is a report that's coming out that Mohammed Shami is set to be fit for the Champions Trophy and also the home series against England. So if there's any further knee trouble that's basically going for Mohammed Shami, well, that's not really the case. He's bowling at full tit, going very well as far as his fitness is concerned, and he is set to be included in India's 15-member squad for the Champions Trophy. And with that said, it's all just a report as of now. Well, moving on, there is also an update on Bumra that the BCCI is currently awaiting a report from the NCA as to how or what is the extent of the injury of Jasprit Bumra. Well, let's just remember that Bumra did not really bowl in the second innings of the 5th and final test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy at the iconic SCG due to back spasms. He did bat in the second innings, but then he wasn't really fit to bowl. But now he is going to report to the NCA, and the BCCI is going to await a report from the National Cricket Academy as to where Bumra stands with his injury and whether he would be able to be fit for the Champions Trophy or not. And if we look at the second point here, what about his CT chances? Well, it's still 50-50. He looks set to miss the 3-match ODI series versus England at home. And as far as Champions Trophy goes, well, nothing is for sure, because if it is just back spasms, then there is a good chance that Jasprit Bumra might just make the cut for the Champions Trophy. But then if there is any injury that's bigger than the back spasms, let's say, it's a stress fracture in the back, then there is a good chance that Bumra might not be available for India for the Champions Trophy. He might even miss the IPL, because the BCCI would want him to be completely fit for the 5-match test series against England in an away series that's going to take place in June-July 2025. Well, there's also an update on Akashdeep here. Well, he has been experiencing a back pain and he missed the 5th and final test of the BGT due to the similar issue. And as far as his injury is concerned, he is set to miss the ODI series against England. Well, let's just go back here. Akashdeep has only made his test debut. Has only played a handful of test matches. So was he ever really in consideration for the T20s or the ODIs against England? Well, yes, he really was, because his stocks have risen. He has bowled really well in the limited opportunities that he has gotten for India, and that's where he was really in contention. But then the selectors might not really want to risk him. There's a good chance that both Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumra might not be available for the England T20Is and the ODIs, and that's where there was probably a room for Akashdeep to get a look in. But now Akashdeep is also experiencing an injury, a back pain, and it does look like that the BCCI might not risk him, knowing that the test season ahead in 2025 and 2026 is going to be important for the Indian cricket team, and Akashdeep would be an important cog in India's wheel. Now, moving on, a bit of domestic news here as far as the Indian cricket is concerned. Well, there is a setback for Yuzvendra Chahal, that he has been excluded from the Vijay Hazare Trophy knockouts from the Haryana team. Well, remember, Haryana are the current Vijay Hazare champions, and they have let go of Yuzvendra Chahal from the knockout stage. Well, is he actually dealing with any kind of personal crisis? Well, the Haryana Cricket Association refused to comment on it. They said that it's more of a cricketing call because they want to move on from him and try a youngster in place of Chahal as far as the Vijay Hazare Trophy is concerned, and maybe in any of the other matches of India's domestic circuit. So that's about it as far as the latest player updates ahead of the England ODIs and Vijay Hazare Trophy knockouts is concerned. Well, India would really want that Mohammed Shami gets back in the squad, and maybe they'll also hope and pray that Jasprit Bumra returns to full fitness for the Champions Trophy, because Bumra, Shami, AajTak, Siraj, it's going to form a lethal pace bowling attack for India in the Dubai conditions, assuming everyone is totally fit. So what do you think about these player updates, and what do you think about the Yuzvendra Chahal issue? Are the personal crises really hampering his form in the cricketing circuit? You can let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the exciting updates and analysis from the sporting world. Until then, on behalf of my producer Pawan, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye.